Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood. So this summer I am participating in a Bible study at my church. I think it's a new one put out by Beth Moore. It's called Breath, the Life of God in Us. And I'm really enjoying it. But this past week, Beth said something. It really wasn't the main part of the lesson, but she said this thing. And it's really sticking with me. And I just want to share it with you. We were looking briefly at Matthew 23 at the end where Jesus is speaking, and he says, "O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you who kill the prophets and stone those who sent you, how often I have longed to gather your children together as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you were not willing." And the thing that Beth pointed out in that passage is the same word is used twice. That is, when Jesus says, "How often I have longed to gather you," he's got this passion, this longing for his people. That word in Greek is athelo. It's spelled T-H-E-L-O, pronounced athelo. And that word athelo is the same root for where it says, "But you were not willing." In other words, that passion, that desire, in fact, one of the meanings or uses of that word is wanting what is best. So Jesus is speaking to his people. He's saying, how I have longed for you, how I've wanted what's best for you. I wanted to gather you in my arms like a hen gathers her chicks. But you were not willing. That same passion they did not have that passion. They did not want what was best. And listening to that and understanding that it's the same word just really struck me, because I read that and I can read Jesus' passion, but I didn't realize that it was that same passion that was having his people say, we don't want it. Well, that reminded me of Psalm 81, which I shared about in my last week's devotion, where God is expressing his desire for his people. He says, "Hear, O my people, and I will warn you, if you would but listen to me, O Israel." And then he says, "But my people would not listen to me. Israel would not submit to me." And farther down he says, "If my people would but listen to me, if Israel would follow my ways." And there you're just seeing it again. God has this desire for his people to listen to him. He wanted to tell them how to live. He wanted to fill them with good things. It says in Psalm 81:10, "I am the Lord your God who brought you up out of Egypt. Open wide your mouth and I will fill it." And then at the end of that psalm, he says, "If my people would but listen to me, if Israel would follow my ways, how quickly would I subdue their enemies and turn my hand against their foes? Those who hate the Lord would cringe before him, and their punishment would last forever. But you would be fed with the finest of wheat. With honey from the rock, I would satisfy you." And it's just this kind of this pull that I'm sensing between God desiring what is best for us and us saying, "No, I don't want it." Probably because they didn't understand, probably because we don't understand, but it just makes me wonder, are you willing to accept what is God's best for you? Certainly, we see that in salvation. And there are people who push God away. They don't even want to know him. They don't even want to know about salvation. But for those who have received him, who are in a relationship with him, it's still the question, are you willing? God has this desire to do good things in you and for you. Are you willing to receive it? Whatever it is that's going on in your life, maybe it doesn't look good to you right now, but God is good. He knows what he's doing. So just ask, are you willing to receive whatever it is that he's going to give to you? Knowing that it's good, and knowing that his heart is good, his desires are good. It's up to you. Will you let him work in your life? I pray you will. And I invite you now to go have a wonderful, Jesus-full day.